Yo, what's going on, gamers? How's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully well. Hopefully well. We got a really awesome speedrun coming up. We're doing Pikmin all parts with Smolimar on the Wii. So if we could give it up for Smolimar, everybody here and at home. I hear some claps. I heard that. Thank you. Before we kick things off, we have some awesome prizes if you donate to Urban Arts that are going to be given away here. So for a $25 minimum donation, you can have a chance to win a Nintendo Switch OLED. That's pretty cool. That's brand spanking new. That's going to be awesome. For a minimum donation of, I believe, $5 here, we have an awesome 70-star relay VHS featuring our very own King J that was showcased at the last, I believe this was the last PACE, or was PACE Summer? PACE Fall, thank you. It's been a couple of PACEs. I've been to a lot of them. So you can donate $5 to Urban Arts to have a chance to win that. We also have a Scott Pilgrim comic collection, which is a very good series. Let's see if we can show that off. Oh, yeah? Yeah, see, isn't that nice? For a minimum donation of $10, you can win this, and along with a Blu-ray and 4K copy of the movie, which is very underrated, super good. So be sure to get your donations in for that. Once again, for Scott Pilgrim, that is $10. We also, pardon me, we also have a Super Mario 64 Japanese in-box cartridge that is going to be signed by all of the runners that we have going on for the LTA starting, I believe that is tomorrow. It's going to be so cool. So be sure to get the donations in. It's $15 minimum donation for that. We also have a signed copy of Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt for a minimum donation of $15. This is signed by all the wonderful runners that we had today during the Super Mario Bros. LTA. So be sure to get your donations in on that as well. And then the final one that we have here, which is honestly, this is pretty sick. I think I might have to get a couple of donations in for this. We have a HDMI modded Nintendo 64 console. And look at that. Ooh, sleek. You can see right through it. This has got nothing to hide here. It's got HDMI output for all your HDMI needs. Perfect for streaming, perfect for speedrunning. That is a minimum $20 donation to win the HDMI modded Nintendo 64 that also has an expansion pack. But hello, everybody out there. Real quick, I'll do a quick introduction. My name is Ryokin. I've done a lot of speedruns for PACE in the past. I love Pikmin. I've been doing a lot of Pikmin lately. You may have seen me earlier do Sonic R, and now I'm here doing a completely different genre, a completely different company. But I love Pikmin. Pikmin's great, and Smolimar is absolutely going to kill it in this run on the Wii. So I'm going to give it over to Smolimar.
Thanks so much, Barrican.
Yes.
And thanks so much for joining me on commentary.
Yeah, thank you.
So I will be running Pikmin 1 New Play Control on the Nintendo Wii. This is the first time in a really long time that the Wii version has been showed off in any capacity to Marathon, so I'm really excited to get the chance to, show a new perspective on an old game. So I guess at this point, we're pretty much ready to get started. Should I count us in?
Yeah, I'd say go.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Thank you. All right, so basic plot of the game. Captain Olimar, he works for some space shipping company, and he's coming back from vacation, and his rocket gets hit by an asteroid. And 30 of his ship parts get scattered onto the surface of the Pikmin planet. And your job is to collect all of those as quickly as possible. The game gives you 30 days to do this, at which point it says that Olimar's life support will run out. However, ideally we're going to be doing this in 6 days, possibly as high as 9.
I'm hyped for 6. I think we're going to get 6. So no pressure's not on, but I think you're more than capable of getting 6. 5 even? No, you can't do 5.
Perhaps even 5.
Perhaps even
perhaps
5
4
days.
The first ever breaking the game. But yeah, so we'll see what Snagrets and Nectar have to say about that. There's a decent amount of RNG in the stage following this, but this first stage is just about a 6 or 6.5 minute tutorial.
It's not too bad. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing some Pikmin. We're gonna see a big old box, and then we're gonna see a part.
Yep.
Real soon.
Just mashing through the text boxes with B there. B clears all the text and then closes out of the text box if you press it twice. And while that text box is fading out, you can actually buffer an input during that time, which is helpful for the cutscene skips that we'll be talking about later. For now, we're just going to bop these 2 pellet posies while we're waiting for the sprout. Look at it. Glorious.
Look at it.
It's calling to me. All right. I'm just going to cover the IR into my Wiimote, because I already aimed at the pellet, so as soon as we get out of this cutscene, we're just going to throw it out immediately.
So you actually just skipped the cutscene, though, pointing that Pikmin out, correct? Is that one's in? Is that one in the Wii? Or
Not entirely sure.
Okay.
I think it might be a matter of like time.
So in the, I know in the Switch version, the range is a bit higher to, grab your Pikmin from out of the ground. And if you go a little too close to the first Pikmin, it'll kind of show it, and it takes I think it's an extra 10-15 seconds. But if you're a little far away and you tap A, you can actually pull the Pikmin out, and then it'll just play the cutscene of him showing the red Pikmin out of the ground and save some time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so in this area, we're just, the limiting factor is this box over here, which requires 10 Pikmin to move. So basically, it's just a matter of growing 10 Pikmin as quickly as possible. We've got 2 sprouts here on top of the 5 pellet that's coming in. So one of those is going to speed up that 5 pellet, and then the other Pikmin is going to grab the last remaining pellet in this area.
All the way over there. Yep. You gotta move up the stump.
Yeah.
Yeah, real quick in the chat, shout out Dave Kimball. He and I both were kind of on the Pikmin speedrun come up, so just want to say, hey, I see you in there.
Thanks.
Yeah, this is just very standard. You're just grabbing some Pikmin. You don't have to grab all of them at once when you're going to get the rest of these. It saves a little bit of time just to kind of have everybody moving everything.
Yep, we only need 10. I plucked an additional one just because it was right there. It was like 2 pixels away.
Right.
But yeah, we only need 10 to proceed through this portion of the level. And then this is ideally the only level that we'll be going back to, because this is the only stage that you can't complete in a single day.
Right. Yeah, we come back for another part. You'll see. You will see it. It's gonna happen. It's inevitable.
Yeah. And so here we're going to be showing off a pretty cool mechanic where where Pikmin don't grab onto the pellet.
I was going to say that.
So I'm going to trigger this cutscene, and you notice that that pellet was being collected just before I entered the cutscene. So those that pellet is going to continue being collected, and sprouts are going to continue being planted even while we're immobile during that cutscene. So now we've got our 20 for the engine. And here's another mechanic we can show off. Tripping. Come on. Pikmin, I think in all 3 games they trip, but in this game they really trip.
Oh, yeah,
They trip like at every opportunity.
They are straight tripping.
I think Nintendo probably wanted to give them character or something, but it's a definite potential for like time loss and for things going wrong if they trip in the wrong spot. So we have a few ways of dealing with that. Basically, we can like dismiss and re-whistle them. That's usually the quickest. They can also be like unstuck from that trip state through like any number of other things, like being caught on fire or drowning or like basically anything but being whistled. They can also be thrown from that position as well. And we're going to be coming up on the end-of-day cutscene here, which, because we're playing on the Wii version, and similar to the Switch version, we will be able to skip this cutscene. Not this cutscene immediately, but the one immediately afterwards, where all the Pikmin go back to the Onion for the end of the day.
It is the biggest quality upgrade to be able to skip cutscenes in the Wii and the Switch version, let me tell you. I did a couple of emulator runs on a GameCube, and it just saves so much time. It's just so much nicer.
For sure. We're just going to save. Technically it loses a few seconds, but it's a marathon, so.
Right. Yeah, saving is going to be very important because there's a couple of, RNG moments that could make or break the run. I mean, honestly, anything could happen, and for those runners out there who are going to perform live, you should save no matter what. You know, you never know what's going to happen. It's going to be, just in case, for a worst case scenario, we can come back and, redo the day if we have to, but we're not going to need to.
No, yeah. It's hard for that to be faster.
Right.
So here we're in Forest of Hope. This is the first real area, and it's the hardest in the game. At least the hardest to get in one day. This area, we're going to be growing all of our reds as part of this. And we're also collecting 8 parts. There's a decent amount of RNG involved in this. Like we're going to need some nectar from this grass patch over here. And there's like an 8% chance that we won't get any nectar from that. We are also going to need some good RNG from the burrowing snagret, a boss that's going to come up later, which is a bird that's also a snake and digs underground, where we need a slow entrance from that boss in order to get like a 1-cycle kill on him. So RNG is going to be a big factor as far as the overall speed of this particular attempt. It's one of the more challenging aspects of Pikmin 1 speed running, but I'm hoping that, I don't know, maybe the vibes will overcome the RNG.
I'm manifesting those vibes. I've reset so many Pikmin runs to the Snagret, and it's been devastating. I've reset a lot to this here, so like you said, there's a small % chance that we just see nary a nectar in this patch. Not today though. We got most of them on there. That's good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ideally, you only want to have about, this is coming from OK, the world record holder yelling at me. You ideally only want to have no more than 5 leaf Pikmin. They're very slow, and you have to swap them out, usually. So we're going to throw those guys on there.
Yeah, so I think 5 leaves there is suboptimal, but I think it should be okay.
I think one of the Pikmin was led astray on that 10.
Oh, thanks for the heads up.
Yeah. Awesome. There you go. So right here, we're throwing we're not drawing the Pikmin, I swear. We're not drawing the Pikmin. Smolimar is throwing the red Pikmin over here. If you are fast enough, you can have them swim across, and there's that little patch there of land. You can throw the Pikmin up, and they'll start building the bridge, which Nintendo intended for us to use blue Pikmin on that, but we don't have to because we're speedrunners and we're better than that. So you can also throw them almost directly across, at least in the Switch version, in a little spot on the wall there. You can throw them directly across, and then call them and then dismiss them to attack or start hitting the bridge. But the awesome thing about Pikmin is that people kind of really just play. There's a direct route, but there's a lot of different varying play styles. You're going to see that with Smolimar especially, and Pikmin's a really fun run. I highly encourage anybody to give it a shot if you're trying to get into a new speed game. I think Pikmin is one that definitely kind of goes a bit under the radar because it's Pikmin. I guess that's all I can really say, but it's a wonderful speed game, and I highly recommend, if you're ever interested, anybody out there checking it out. It's well worth it, and a lot of fun. I like Pikmin 2, Connor 75, and Triforce. Yes, I love Pikmin.
Yeah, it's kind of an under-the-radar series in general. I think a lot of us back, like in 2019 or 2020 maybe, weren't necessarily sure if Nintendo was going to do anything else with the property. And then, then we got 3 Deluxe and Pikmin 4, and now I think it's pretty clear that Nintendo intends to keep investing in this franchise.
Oh yeah, and we got Pikmin Bloom too. I've been doing that a lot this week, just constantly walking around getting more Pikmin. They got some cheese Pikmin now. They have some really cool like cheese stuff on there. I don't know if anybody out there plays Pikmin Bloom, but it's a lot of fun. It's same makers of Pokemon Go, but yeah, Pikmin's getting a lot of stuff now with 4. I just played through 3 for the first time recently. I'm not. I like 1. 1 is my most favorite Pikmin, and it is arguably the most difficult. Pikmin 2 is pretty hard too, actually. Maybe
sure.
I shouldn't say that, but Pikmin 1 can be pretty unforgiving. You know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but it's very fun.
Hopefully, we won't cross that bridge at all.
I really, really, really hope we don't have to cross any bridges that we haven't, built with the Pikmin that Olimar has gifted to us. Oh yeah, we don't have to worry about that. That Bulborg there, he's just gonna take a nap.
Yeah, he's just. Well, I mean, we'll wake him up later.
Yeah,
but
he's big chilling right now. If only they could invest in Star Fox. Too true.
True.
Too true. So right here we have yellow Pikmin, and they have changed quite a bit over the last handful of releases of the Pikmin franchise, but you'll see what they do here. Oh yeah, that Bulborg, he doesn't get to sleep.
No, yeah, this one unfortunately
will perish.
Yeah. So here's our first yellow. We're going to grow 17 of these. Minimum is 15, but generally it's recommended at all but the top level to grow 17, just because that way, if you lose a single Pikmin, your run isn't over.
Right. I've fallen victim to that quite a bit. I always overgrow just to be 100% safe because I hate my runs dying. But
sure,
I'm trying to get better about that. But. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of growing right now. Lots of Pikmin are going to be, being planted and popping out of the ground. It's a pretty chill part here, but we're about to be getting into some very juicy stuff in this run. We got some bombs being picked up, so I'll let you go ahead and explain what those do.
Sure, but first I want to point out that we are using that mechanic one more time of seeds continuing to plant and be collected during the cutscene. But yeah, so bombs, they destroy these stone walls. And so the light gray ones use 3 bombs, medium gray use 6, and dark gray or black use 9. So the bombs are kind of going to be one of the last limiting factors in the stage. We have 2 bombs worth of leeway on this route, so we'll see how that goes. We actually cannot have that Pikmin tripping there, or that one.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, unlikely to be a one-day, but that should be fine.
Yeah, if we have to come back and just grab parts, it's really not the biggest deal in the world, but
for sure.
You can beat every level minus the impact site in one day, because we have to come back to the impact site anyway, which we'll see later in the run. But all these stages can be beaten. That was very close. they almost want to take a little dip.
Yeah, this game has like this potential for just instant chaos if you're not really paying attention.
And look, nightmare fuel.
Okay.
All right.
That's really his fault.
So these are the burrowing snagrets. They pop out and they eat Pikmin, and they're very mean, and I don't like them. But they have I don't know what the percentage is that they're going to do this right here. They'll burrow their heads out of the ground. They'll kind of move a little slow, and their head is their weak point. So what we want to do is we want to throw all of our Pikmin on top of the head so that we can kill it and get the Geiger counter.
Okay, that works.
That was really good. Yeah. So we want to get all of our Pikmin up to flowers because they move faster. They don't do any more damage, but they move incredibly fast, and obviously we kind of need that for a speed run. So we're going to make sure that all of our Pikmin are at flowers pretty much complete the entirety of the run. We want them to be flowers. So if we can find opportunities to take a second and transform them into the Pikmin that we know that they can be, then that's what we're gonna do.
Exactly. Then they can fulfill their true potential. And the timing on this works out. So these 2 sprouts that we planted before just turned into flowers as we're here, so we don't need to nectar them or anything. And hold on, sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna focus on this one.
All right. So we were able to pluck those while the wall was coming down without losing any time. Now let's see if I can get a cutscene skip. There it is. So that happens if you open a text box either within 2 frames off a part or on the same frame on the ship. As you can see, or probably now here, the game does not especially like this. It wasn't really meant to do this, so we have since lost some game audio.
Yeah, but it's normal. It's normal.
Yeah. As normal as anything, at least in this kind of situation where we're totally breaking the game.
Oh yeah.
Although, as far as speedruns go, I will say this is probably one of the less glitch-heavy ones.
Yeah, there isn't a ton of. Well, we'll be showing off some stuff here, but it's kind of more just like with the enhanced motion controls. There's going to be a lot of like new movements that you wouldn't normally see, in like the GameCube version or anything like that, because it's not possible to do them. But we'll be showing those off here. So one thing that we have going on right now is we threw a red Pikmin up on that wall there a little bit out of bounds, and the Bulwark is really none the wiser. He had no idea what's going on. He's hungry. And he wants to eat Pikmin. He's just gonna not focus on the fact that we are walking away with a part. We've stolen his treasure, and he's he's just chilling. He's hungry. He sees what he wants, and he's gonna go for it. So up here, we threw a handful of bombs. I believe we're short maybe 1 bomb right now because we lost a few yellow Pikmin, but that's okay. So we need 9 bombs for this wall here.
Classic.
It happens. Sometimes, Pikmin die.
Yep.
Sometimes Pikmin die in the heat of speedrun passion.
Let's see. Do we have any other bombs here?
I think.
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, if we got 1, then we're good.
One neat quirk about this is that Pikmin will return to me like basically no matter how far away it is, and I can just switch him back like that.
Boom.
There we go.
Put it in the hoop like slang.
All right, so we are actually going to regrow. At this point, I think it's actually going to be a little bit quicker to bomb those 2 walls and end the day. So I'm actually just going to grab the Pikmin off the bridge and then do a split route here, just so that we're not too interrupted by the end of day sequence or anything like that.
I forget how long you can recall the Pikmin. The Wii version is just so cool for that.
Yeah, both the throwing distance and the whistling distance on Wii is absurd.
All right, so we're going to take down this wall here. It's going to be useful for us towards the end of the, or when we come back for the next day. I'm like, please don't die. It'll be good because when we come back for the next day, there's going to be some yellow pellet posies that'll help us rebuild our forces if we so desire.
Yeah, exactly. So we can just grow a few here. Looks like the reds, on the other hand, we've got more than enough of. So that's,
oh yeah, we 95. Fun. I think they took back that big.
Oh, did they take that?
They took the Bulwark back instead of the.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
So that's why the Nova Blaster's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay though. It's okay. Honestly,
totally.
it's fine to have that many Pikmin. Just in case. Sometimes things happen.
For sure.
Sometimes nature happens.
Especially at a situation like this.
Yeah. But we basically have all of the areas like opened up now, so we can kind of just run to all the parts and do everything that we need to do. And you know, we can get a couple yellow Pikmin here and there, but yellow Pikmin, we kind of don't really need them too much. I don't think you need them for the radar, but
Yeah, we just need 15 yellows for Force Naval.
right.
Although I guess even then, I don't know if it really loses too much time to not have them.
Yeah. No, I don't think so, because I mean, realistically, we only need it's like what 12 for the 12 bombs that we're gonna need for that.
Oh well, no nectar.
Oh well, hey, you know what? Is what it is.
Yep. Back here.
Yeah, so with the enhanced controls, we can actually throw the red Pikmin up there. I think, is it possible in the GameCube version? I don't run it, so I can't remember. But with the enhanced controls, we can actually throw Pikmin a lot farther than they're supposed to go. So, you know, realistically, again, Nintendo intended for us to throw a yellow Pikmin up to grab the radar, but we're not doing that.
No.
No, we're not going to do that.
Well, I mean, you can grab the radar normally. I am gonna kill Armored Cannon Beetle as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you could. There's another route where you don't have to kill him, but we're gonna kill him.
Yeah, so you don't need yellows necessarily, but you do have to get right up against the radar on GameCube. Like, you have to be right in front of it to be able to reach it. Whereas on Wii, you can just throw Pikmin at it from, like, basically across the screen.
Gotcha. Also, Armored Cannon Beetle, I don't know about anybody else, but Armored Cannon Beetle, Snagger, we're going to have a couple other enemies. Pure nightmare fuel for a little Ray here. I played Pikmin back when it came out on GameCube, and I never beat it because I was too scared, and I didn't like hearing the Pikmin die.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and the Armored Cannon Beetle was one of those things where I'm just like, anytime I went up against it, I panicked. I couldn't help it. It was too scary. I don't like spiders, so you know.
Oh, for
I
sure.
know it's a beetle, but.
Oh, and if you're arachnophobic, then we have a rough boss coming up later.
Oh no.
So
it'll be interesting. But yeah, right now we're just grabbing all the parts. Ooh, nice push. Thank you.
let's see, 57. That's fine. So let's see. At this point, we're just gonna clean up these last two parts here and call it a day.
Yeah, we'll need about 30 carries this one, the shock.
Yep, but we're gonna pretty heavily load that.
Yeah, we got to move it past the bulwark here. So.
Yep. Yes, there's a bulwark up there guarding that part, and we're gonna have to go quickly past that.
There we go. Thank you, Pikmin.
Yep.
Saving us one part at a time.
Sure. Can I get up? Okay. That route can be a little bit funny sometimes as far as getting up it easily. Okay, so that trip is unfortunate. There we go. Yeah, I survived.
It's okay. We have tons of red Pikmin, so we'll be all right.
That is true, yeah. We could lose, like, what, 11 or more and not have any, like, real consequences from it?
Realistically, you only need, well, like, a little over 80, you know, to be safe in the Forest Navy.
Just bringing that back in, so that we'll have like 16 yellows going into the next stage. And then we can click the Nova Blaster and call it a day.
And then we move on to more fun.
Okay, I got to show off the spring sound. All right, let's
Okay.
go. So there are two parts in this game. They're spring-shaped, and they make a boinging sound when you drop them. So just a little bit of like fun character or whatever.
This game has a lot of character. You should play it. I think that was to everybody out there. Smolemar's already playing it, but you should play it. Yeah.
Everyone else.
The viewers here and at home should get Pikmin now. Do it now.
And it's available on Switch. That's one thing that's really reinvigorated the community, is that the re-releases of Pikmin 1 and 2 on Switch have been huge, and just like, I think that's probably the most active leaderboard at this point.
Yeah, that's how I got into speedrunning Pikmin. I mean, I did a little bit on GameCube, but when I saw that it came out on Switch, and I saw it was a bit more active, that's how I got started with it. And it's so fun. The community's so great. Everybody really, is there to help out each other, and it's super competitive in a really fun way. I'm probably gonna get bopped here pretty soon. I think Winnie is 1 second away from bopping me on the Switch leaderboard. So
oh wow!
Please don't do that yet. But it's a great game. Highly recommend getting into it. Even for casual playthrough. I mean, as a speed game, again, it is definitely an underrated gem in my opinion. But for casual plays, should definitely check that out. So we took about 83 red Pikmin. We got a couple extra to take back some parts and some other stuff here coming up. But for now, we're just kind of waiting for all of our Pikmin to move on over.
Yep.
And we're going to be...
So here's an element of RNG. You see this guy over here shaped like a loaf of bread. He is the bread bug. And we thankfully got some pellets from that blowhog. So the bread bug is just going to take 2 of those pellets, and we can just lure it back to the onion and dispatch it promptly.
He needs to be bonked.
All right.
1 bonk is all it takes to take down the bread bug.
There we go.
So we only need 12 bombs coming up here for some of the gates that we're going to open. It does help to have extra just in case, something happens, but really you only need 12, and we're going to be opening up a couple gates. There's going to be one coming up for a boss that we're going to fight, and then there's going to be another 2 that are going to lead us to parts, and yeah. There's a spring there. So the spring is going to take 25 Pikmin. Sometimes the Pikmin can get stuck when they're searching for bombs. I've had that happen a couple times. I've had it happen a couple times where they just get stuck in their animation and they're just not grabbing anything. That may be a Switch exclusive, a certified Switch exclusive.
Yeah.
So we only need 25 on this. Again, in this run, Pikmin management is very important. You want to make sure that you're constantly understand how many, or look at how many Pikmin you have, where they're at, what they're doing. You need to have them, under a microscope.
Yep.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm actually just gonna grab this honey wisp.
Yeah, I think it's a smart move. So again, you want to make sure that nearly all of your Pikmin are flowers if you can help it. There's going to be a couple of areas where you can quickly grab some nectar to make sure that they're, stay flowered up. So this gate is going to take 6 bombs, and then while that is, tearing itself down, we're going to go up against a little puff stool here.
Yep. So he came in with 55, so we're going to throw down to 25, because the part that he has takes 30 Pikmin.
And we got a big booty Judy over here.
Thick puff stool.
Thick puff stool.
I think we may have potentially gotten some Pikmin clipping out in that fight, but it should be okay. We've got at least 1 more than we need. So I just need to be a little bit careful in this next boss fight.
Right. You got it. Man, I hate spiders. It would really suck if a spider came down out of nowhere. Oh no! I didn't want to yell. I'm like. So this is BD Longlegs. He's stomping the yard everywhere. You got to be careful. Make sure your Pikmin don't get stepped on. Sometimes it happens. I think that's perfect.
I think that's
I think you only
Defos, right?
dropped one.
Is there another one around here? Oh, there he is.
Okay, I honestly.
Okay.
Huh.
Stop that.
Everything's fine. Everything is a-okay. The yellow Pikmin are gonna help take that.
Oh,
Oh, there he is.
there
Okay,
he is.
we can swap out the yellow Pikmin. Here we'll show that off. So unfortunately that red Pikmin fell down, but with a cool little trick we can swap between Pikmin. Even if the Pikmin's very far away, we can swap out from different colors, and they'll immediately just like come right into your hand. So
Yep.
we got it.
Yeah, I think we're good to just let that go. Yeah.
Yeah, so we want to kind of make sure that our party's freed up a little bit because we're going to be getting some blue Pikmin here. And we want to have a certain amount to make sure that we grow them fast. So something that we haven't talked about is when you have 100 Pikmin in your party, any Pikmin that you grow just automatically get placed in the onions, and you don't have to pluck them. So we'll be doing a little bit of inventory management coming up here.
Yep. All right.
Nice.
Just bombing down that gate, and then we need to grab this blowhog that we didn't quite get a chance to grab before.
Another thing to note, just like for general playthrough, so the Pikmin, you probably see they're taking that part back right now. Then they're moving past that new opened area. But the Pikmin, if you call off your Pikmin from part and recall them, they'll switch their pathing up to the more optimal path if you like free open, gates and stuff for them.
Yep. Pathways are only calculated when the part is first picked up. We're going to throw those 6 yellows because we're going to need them to carry bombs.
Bombs? I immediately think Zelda CDI, lamp oil, rope, bombs? You wanted? So yeah, our blue Pikmin's just going to be taking care of business and working overtime over there.
Yep.
Well,
So unfortunately, we do have to sacrifice some brave Pikmin here.
In the arms of the angel, fly away.
That was good. That was impressive.
Thanks. Yeah, sorry, Pikmin. Your gooses are cooked. Your geese are cooked? Is that, people say that? I don't think so. But yeah, so with swapping out Pikmin, we don't have to be around them. We can just swap them out, throw the bombs. We don't have to go down there. I have fallen down there a couple times. It wastes time. It is not good. So you want to be careful with that. But we're going to get 6 bombs. We're going to need 4 to open up an area that you can kind of see off to the side where that fire is. And then we have 2 more that we're going to use to open up the gate that was really close by. So now we just have to make sure that we have enough blue Pikmin, at least 7, to carry back all these pellets and enemies and stuff. And we're going to need a minimum of 40. So we need 40 Pikmin to carry back some of the parts, or one of the parts. I'm sorry, I'm getting my stuff up. I speedrun this game so much, and like I don't know all the part names, and I'm just like, I'm a fake fan.
No, yeah, as demonstrated just then, we skip past the part text.
Yeah. So we're going to be taking back these enemies called the Shearwigs. They fly. You'll see sheer grubs. Those are the ones that they're like purple and they come out of the ground. But I don't think we're going to see any more sheer grubs after this level, though, if I recall. I think the rest of them are Shearwigs in the distant spring.
There's a few, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember. It's
like in front of the wall and leading to the ACB and the radiation canopy. The cockpit thing.
Okay, I'm on my Pikmin hiatus right now, so. So yeah, the bread bug, is been decimated, destroyed.
Poor guy.
But he dropped that gigantic part. I don't know how that thing is fitting inside that small little bread bug, but I mean, hey, man's got to eat. So, nice, good cutscene skip.
Nice. Unfortunately, not getting the area cutscene skip because we didn't really set it up, which is trick where you kind of, it's like you're getting a cutscene skip before getting another part, but oh, that was way quicker than I expected. Maybe we can show that off at the end of Distant Spring. Okay, and Blowhog has been collected.
Nice. So now we can put back some red. We don't have to sacrifice any more red Pikmin lovers out there. They don't have to die for nothing.
Surely.
But now we should have enough blue Pikmin that we can take them out of their onion, and then we're going to bring them up here, and we're going to turn them into flower Pikmin, and then we're going to grab some more parts.
Yep.
Perfect. That is 40 is the best amount.
Yeah.
It is the amount that you want. So he's throwing the Pikmin over there. So if you haven't noticed, leaf Pikmin move incredibly slow, and it saves some time to just like kind of throw them, where we need them, so we don't have to worry about them dragging behind, tripping, all that stuff.
Yep. Just saves a few seconds to throw them rather than leading them around, but if you have the option, it's nice. Okay, so where did that honey wisp go?
It's gone?
It seems to be gone. I'm sure it'll be back eventually, but well, I guess there's this guy.
I was about to say, I didn't know that that just disappeared like that. Okay, here we go. All right, perfect.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you want to make sure that all your blue Pikmin, again, make sure that all your Pikmin are flowers. They need to be flowers. It is so important.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of get away with like a small handful of blue leaves, at least for now. But you're going to definitely want them to be flowered in the long run. That was scary.
Yeah. Good. Hey, we didn't trigger the the fiery blowhog.
Yeah.
So you may have noticed earlier that Smolimar threw some red Pikmin over this way just to get this little bridge over here that's going to lead us to the Libra part. That's just nice to kind of have a few Pikmin just doing some stuff, doing some work, doing what they need to be doing, and we're going to be coming back after we grab this here, and we're going to be, it should be close to done. If not, we can throw the rest of our Pikmin on. It's going to be good.
Sorry, I noticed my numbers go down for a second and got spooked.
Yeah, no, you're good.
But I think we're fine.
So we only need 20 red Pikmin for this. We're just going to kind of let them do what they need to do because, honestly, nothing can really touch the red Pikmin. That was close. I was going to say nice swap. There we go. Also, this is a base take from me, but I think this is the most boring music in the game. It's chill, but like I had a couple of moments where I'm like, yeah, I really like this run, but like the Force Naval music, man, it's put me to sleep.
I find it hard to remember the Distant Spring music as well. Both of them are very low key.
Yeah, they're very chill vibes. This is very chill. Outside of the Pikmin, dying and the gigantic freaks of nature trying to kill you,
Yeah.
It's a pretty chill game.
Yeah, that's really the whole dichotomy of this game is that like you've got like this very chill, relaxing vibe to it, and then suddenly just absolute chaos.
Right. Too true.
Big fan of that dismiss, so that lets the blues just immediately tackle that water geyser and get that open, while leaving the reds closest to you, where you want them. And then this is a Wii and Switch specific trick. I just remember my numbers. Okay. So normally you're supposed to use yellows to get that part because it's too high up, but because of kind of a sort of like glitchy way of how the Wii throwing mechanics works, I think it's probably a consequence of like how far you can throw Pikmin. But because of that, you can throw Pikmin up the ledge and they'll just land directly on Libra without, or you can like throw reds up, whereas normally you would need to like swap out reds.
We got 39.
We do have 39. Let's see what's happening.
Didn't want to get left behind in the.
We still have 100 on the field. We definitely had 40.
I think one might have gotten left behind right by the Libra.
I don't think.
I'm not sure.
You're right. Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, so we do
Okay.
need 40 Pikmin to grab this, but
All right.
we can go for the other part if you wanted to do that, or maybe we should You know.
Yeah, we'll just we'll get the ADF. Oops, we'll get the ADF and probably call it there.
Okay, I think that's a good plan. Yeah, we can always come back. We have 30 days to beat this game.
We do have 30 days.
I just want to make that clear. We have 30 whole days to beat this. Olimar is doing just fine.
Yeah. Although I will say, as far as this event goes, what are you doing? You see that blue? Just like
yeah.
bro.
He's helping.
Not the time. Actually, yeah, we're just gonna call it here.
Yeah, we should just call that a day. We can come back and grab all these parts here super fast. Lickety split. Are the rest of them in the yeah.
40 blues, that's what we want to see.
That's what we need. So we unlocked this really cool level, and we're not going to go there yet.
Nope. The old Abe Simpson taking off his hat and then putting it right back on and leaving.
Yeah. Ooh, that was really close.
All right, so here we can just multitask a little bit and collect basically any remaining parts while we're waiting on the ADF to come in. I did just realize that we did not bomb this gate.
We can throw. You could throw red Pikmin on there. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that's up to you.
Yeah, totally.
So while they're working on that, we can go focus on grabbing all the other stuff. And then they'll knock that down in like no time flat.
Yep. All right, so here's a little fun thing. So we don't really kill any of the Wollywogs, these frog monsters, in this run because it's always just going to be faster. Scary. To lure them away. So what we can do here is we just kind of have them hop near the bottle, and they're going to and then deload them, and they're totally fine. They're not going to bother us at all.
Yeah, when enemies are not on camera or on like the game camera, then they get deloaded, and they just kind of go about their business. And they still have some like active, they'll be active here and there, but for the most part, when you walk away, and you're deloading the enemies, they're not going to touch your Pikmin. Your Pikmin are going to be fine. I believe there's some like exceptions to that, but it helps to.
Oh yeah, I think the only exception is Snitch Bug, which stays constantly loaded forever.
The snitch bugs.
Yeah.
I hate them.
I think most runners do. They're definitely one of the more contentious enemies.
They're not very nice. You'll see here pretty soon that these snitch bugs are not very nice. Hopefully they'll be nice to us in this run. But.
Hopefully. Just gonna grab these guys as well.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, so they need 25 blues for the Ionian Jet coming up.
Yep. Yeah, so we're just going to max load this. And normally we would try to max load it anyways, or like get as close to max loading as possible.
Yeah.
Considering it's the limiting factor. It's just the last part that's going to come in and the part that takes like the longest route.
You do have to be careful if you're like a new player, especially. Sometimes when you throw Pikmin onto a part, they'll try to grab onto it. If there's no space available, they'll get upset and then they'll just stand there. And if you don't recall them, then they die. If you end the day, then they're finished. But we want to make sure that we're keeping an eye on those guys. Blues are going to be the most important Pikmin in this run, so we want to make sure our blue count is constantly high. Ooh, okay, that was pretty swag. Nice.
Thank you.
So you can identify the part and it'll help you hit the cutscene skip as opposed to being up against the SS Dolphin.
And that's easier because
oh my god, that was awesome.
Thank you. Because going off of the part gives you a 2-frame window, whereas going off of the ship only gives you 1 frame.
That was sick. You did that from super far away. I could not be me.
Okay. At this point, we're just going to close out and move on to Impact Site 2. So now that we finally got all of our Pikmin types, we can finally get that other part that we couldn't get before in the introductory area.
Awesome, GG. Yeah, we're plowing through these levels. We're never going back to the Forest Naval. Goodbye. It's gone.
Gone from our memory, but not from our hearts.
All right. We have a $15 donation from Liberty Ernie that says, "Love Pikmin for the Wii." I also love Pikmin.
Same. For the Wii.
For the GameCube, for the Wii, for the Nintendo Switch, for mobile devices. I love Pikmin.
For the Nintendo 3DS.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, I kind of forgot that existed, to be honest with you, but
For sure.
For good reason.
Had to give that shout out there for my Hey Pikmin runners.
I did watch a Hey Pikmin run not too long ago, and it seemed interesting. A lot of weird enemies I don't think ever show up in any other Pikmin games.
No, yeah. Yeah, a lot of unique enemies.
So you may have saw Smolimar go for, or throw a couple of yellow Pikmin with bombs over. There's a clam, I don't remember their names, but I don't know if they're just called clams, but they have little pearls inside, and the pearls will give you 50 Pikmin. So ideally we want to get one so we can up our blues for the next level coming up here. Ooh, nice.
Yep, those are called the Pearly Clam Clamp, and this
Thank you.
this one also has the positron generator, the other part that we need. Come on. So that's just demonstrating that little thing about if Pikmin like try to grab onto a grab point on a part and aren't able to do it for like it's something like 5 seconds or something, then they will give up and just go idle.
So something we're going to do here is Smolimar is going to take out a bunch of red Pikmin, and like I mentioned earlier, when we have 100 Pikmin on the field, then we don't get any seeds, and that's like the most ideal situation because we don't want we want to minimize our plucking. So we want to make sure that we're just getting Pikmin out, you know, where they need to be, and we're going to be turning them all into flowers here in a second, because you know we're going to be utilizing blue Pikmin pretty much the rest of the run.
Yep. Yeah, blue Pikmin are going to be our bread and butter for the entire rest of the run. The reds are... We're going to bring them out for the final boss just because of that 1.5 times damage multiplier. Which I don't know if we went over that, but also that nectar timing is rough. That's not going to work.
I know, right? It happens to the best of us.
Yep. Oh, maybe? No. Okay, but it's fine.
Yeah, I think aren't the nectar you get like way more nectar coming back here, or I don't know if the percentage is like higher.
I don't know. I think it's based on the number of blades of grass, because I think there's like an 8% chance or something for each individual blade of grass or something like that. And I think the grass patches have different numbers of blades of grass. Like this one that we're coming up here in the sort of back, just behind the ship, is I think the unluckiest grass patch in the game, which is unfortunate because it's also convenient in a pinch.
Right. So here we have the last like full level. We still have another one after this, but this is the Distant Spring, aka Reset Central for me. But we're going to be taking out 90 blue Pikmin, and we are going to be taking them all over town. And they're going to be grabbing parts, and that's what they're going to do. We basically are only going to use blue Pikmin. Well, we're going to use yellow Pikmin for a little bit, but blue Pikmin are going to be the real champions here.
Yep, we're going to grab 10 yellows to grab a part that's kind of high up there, and then we're also going to use them to carry bombs. But beyond that, we're not really going to use any yellows, and hopefully we won't touch any reds during this level.
So we have a question, what the difference are between the colors. So, you know, while you're taking care of this, I'll go over that. The blue Pikmin can breathe underwater. That's it. That's what they do. Red Pikmin have a damage multiplier of 1.5, so they'll attack harder, and also they are resistant to fire. Yellow Pikmin, they can be thrown at higher distances, and they are able to carry bombs. Yellow Pikmin have kind of gotten like the biggest buff, or maybe also kind of a nerf in like the newer games, but they switched it up quite a bit. But that's how they are in this version or in Pikmin 1. Pikmin 2, 2 through 4, they've kind of switched it up. So here we have the Puffy Blowhog, and it's a very annoying enemy, but it's carrying a part. We need it. You may have seen there was a little shrub where Smolimar was attacking the Blowhog here, kind of like right there. And as long as the Puffy Blowhog is away from that shrub, these Pikmin are going to take this part over. They're going to go a completely different route as opposed to... They're going to go on the safer route as opposed to a more dangerous route. So it's optimal to have to kill that right there.
Yep. And we're just luring that Wollywog over onto that island where he's not going to hurt anyone and immediately deloading him. Here we're grabbing our 10 yellows. We're just going to grab some bombs that are over by the massage machine. Oh, we got here kind of early.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Just grabbing those spare shear grubs or shear wigs.
They're those. So it's shear wigs are the ones that fly, and shear grubs are the ones that do not.
Yeah, but I forgot if that one flew or not. I think those do, right? So yeah, those are the shear wigs.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we have the the massage chair that we're gonna be taking back.
Yep, gotta have Olimar's massage chair.
Hey, spacemen need to make sure that they are, that their posture's good and that their backs are doing all right. I'm telling you, I just turned 30 years old. My back is going out. My posture is terrible, and I'll tell you why it's terrible. Because I speedrun Pikmin and I hunch over and I can't help it.
Yeah.
So I could use a massage chair too. Ooh. Good save. Actually, oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, that didn't actually matter because I had 10 bombs, but it's nice to have that fallback, I guess.
Yeah, so we need 9 bombs for this gate here. Alright, we're gonna call that off, and we're gonna be doing some adventuring over here.
Perfect. All right, so with this route, ideally we don't want to take any deaths from here.
Yeah, this is where the Pikmin count really matters.
Yeah.
A lot for the most optimal routing. We're gonna be real sneaky, trying to wake those bull bears on.
Okay, that's not helpful.
And here we have them, the snitch bugs.
Okay.
They are the worst. Okay, that was good. They will grab your Pikmin and they'll just move them all the way wherever. And there's 2 in this level, and they're very annoying. But I believe if you come here on the 5th day, not the 4th day, then they don't load in, or they're not available.
Yeah, I think it's the 4th day.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a rough route because you end up not having 90 blues, I think, by that point.
Yeah, basically, I mean, yeah, you want to make sure that you have blues. But if you don't like snitch bugs, then come on the 4th day. Let my Pikmin go. Go down, snitch bugs.
All right.
Let my Pikmin go.
Now, where's the other snitch bug? It looks like he's kind of down that way, I think. So we can just. Oh.
Sometimes they'll get stuck. There's helping. They're doing the best they can. We're gonna grab a couple more because we're gonna need them for some parts here.
Yep. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, like I said, let's find that second snitch bug. He's not here, so maybe he's back at the base. That may be a problem, but we don't really have a choice.
We will cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not the correct number. Hold on. Let me
You're good.
figure out where they went. Actually, let's not figure out where they went, and we'll just...
Sometimes that happens.
Okay, there we go. Oh, I guess we took a test somewhere. Huh, interesting.
Oh, I didn't.
I think it may
honestly.
have been that, maybe the sheer grub? Or, sorry, the snitch bug?
Possibly. So this is a kind of a cool little thing. So again, the game wants you to go onto that geyser and then like throw your Pikmin over there. But with the help of motion controls, we can just throw the Pikmin up on that. We're gonna distract these fellas over here so they don't kill our beautiful, beautiful Pikmin. This is also another really cool trick that can only be done on the. I believe it's only done on the Wii and the Switch version. So again, the game intended us to kind of like swap out our blue and yellow Pikmin so that we you know, can get the part down, the blue Pikmin will take it. But, you know, with the help of motion controls, we don't need to worry about that, though. We do want to make sure, I believe that there's a small chance that that part can get, is it glitched out when it falls down? Is that correct?
Well, what happens with that one is that one of the Pikmin carrying it can, like, kind of fall off and, like, end up stuck on the ledge for some reason.
That's what it is. Okay, perfect. We don't have to worry about it. It's fine. We're fine.
Alright, so how many do we have here? 29, that sounds right. So, BRB, I just need to grab one fella.
We'll be right back. And while he's grabbing that one fella, you know what you can do. You can go ahead and get your donations in for the Urban Arts and for all of our wonderful, wonderful prizes. So make sure you guys get those donations in because, you know, this run is coming up to a close. We're closing in. And, you know, we only have so much time with you left. So make sure you get those donations going.
And one thing I wanted to do that I thought would just be a fun little challenge is I intend to donate $1 for every Pikmin that sadly perishes during this run. So we'll get a count of that after the first section of credits, and we'll kind of go from there. I see that Sheerwig.
Yeah. What are you doing over there? Yeah,
Concerning?
it's you got to be careful
No, it's
sometimes
fine.
with the
We're so
loading
fine.
them. We're so in there.
I do actually kind of want to kill him though, because he's like a bit of a problem.
You know what? Do it.
Let's just. I wonder if I can just pop him now.
I think so. One hit. Boom.
Sniped. 360 no scope.
360 no scope. XX 360 no scoped. XX. You have to end it with the XX. You can't just have one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
XX underscore 360 underscore.
XX Olimar. I don't know, something Call of Duty related. So here's a really cool trick. So Smolimar is throwing the Pikmin. They're gonna drop the bombs, and then immediately after they drop the bomb, you have like a very small window where you can swap the Pikmin out. So if you have bombs, you can swap between Pikmin that don't have bombs, and that'll save them from the watery grave, which you know, he's gonna save them anyway. But we're all good here. So we want to kind of be careful. One of these Wollywogs can definitely
Get wrecked.
Nice, sniped again. But the Wollywogs can kind of come and kill us.
I'm
And
just
it's,
gonna
it's not good.
hang out there for a second to
Yeah,
make sure that they don't interfere with the
With the
radiation
run.
canopy. Or yeah, the run.
They're
More
better not
broadly.
interfere with the run.
Yeah, if they could not ruin my marathon speedrun, I would appreciate it.
Yeah. XX Olimar slays XX underscore. I love that. That's a great name. So I don't like this puzzle. It's my least favorite. But yeah, you have to take yellow Pikmin up here. This is I believe the part that requires the smallest amount of Pikmin, only 10.
Yep.
And that's that. Super easy, super light. But it is a very annoying puzzle if you're not C-sticking. You need to make sure that you're keeping your Pikmin together. We're good. It's all good.
It's fine. $3, but yeah, we're fine.
Hey, more money to the Urban Arts.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I mean,
it's a good cause.
It is a good cause. Nice skip.
Really, I should probably be leaving this here, but let's see. I'll leave the UV lamp and try to get the area cutscene skip off of that, and we'll see how that goes.
Okay. So we're going to be doing something really cool here. So Smolimar is going to be throwing a blue Pikmin
There's
into there.
the snitch
And there
bug.
is the snitch bug. He's come to...
Bro!
He actually literally said, nope. He gave you that Mr. Beast nope.
Targeted.
All right, so now what Smolimar is going to do is he's going to throw a blue Pikmin over there, and we're going to wake up these bull bears. These are the bull bears. They're different, but from the bull borbs. But he's going to be waking them up, and they're going to be distracted by that yummy treat that's behind the stump. But he won't be able to, or they won't be able to get to them. But we got something really cool coming up here. I'm really excited for you guys to see this strat.
Yep. So the intended strat here, is that you're supposed to build both these two bridges to get this part. But what you can do is use the body of these shearwigs to push that part into the water and change its pathing so that it doesn't need to go through the bridge. So
This is really hype, so you guys may want to, you know, take a gander at this.
So basically, when Pikmin are like blocked like this, where they can't continue their path, then they'll kind of continue carrying the item that they're carrying in little circles. And so if you whistle them at like the top of that circle, then you can start kind of making gradual progress like this, and hopefully push the part into the water in pretty short order. Taking a slightly weird angle, but
Yeah, it's
I think
a
it should be
weird
fine.
angle, but
Yeah, I
I
think one
think
more.
it's about there. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think this is good.
Wait for it. Boom. That's a very annoying trick. I don't do that in my runs. I can't. I do the safe route. I just build the bridges, but it's super cool to show off.
Yep. I just need to kind of de-load that part because it doesn't really like getting up onto that ledge.
Yeah, that's another thing is if the Pikmin are struggling to go up on ledges, you just deload them out, and then they'll move right up. So we want to make sure that the bull bears are distracted. You know, yeah, they're doing their thing. Honestly, that's snitch.
Whoa.
Ooh.
That is crazy.
All right, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. So what happened there is it got blocked by the snitch bug, and so because of that, it couldn't. That made it so that the closest thing was the Pikmin grabbing the glue on drive. Oh, and now the now the blowhog is getting involved.
Yeah, this is why I don't like the blowhog.
Yeah, no one likes the blowhog.
I hate the blowhog. All my homies hate the blowhog.
Yeah, for sure. Let's just get out of here.
Yeah.
Get juked.
Can it still be done? I think
The area cutscene skip is dead, but I think the one day is fine. We'll see. It is getting
it's
really close.
close. Yeah.
Either way, I want to whistle those Pikmin as quickly as possible because they are right in blow-hogging distance.
Right.
Thankfully, this is like the fastest part in the game when it's like max loaded. Nope.
All right.
sadly.
So close, but it's all good.
So close.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just pop back in, grab that single part, and then pop back.
Real quick, lickety split, in and out.
Yep. Quick 2-minute adventure. Hopefully, not that long.
What was that? was that one Wesley Doggerson? No, dude, I definitely sounded like you. All right, back to the distant spring, back to the lab again. Uh-oh.
Anyways.
And that's the last. That is the. Well, no, hold on. I almost said the last part. That's not the last part. We are missing one thing, though. So we got almost all the parts now. We have almost nearly everything we need, but you know what we're missing? We're missing some fat stacks, some coins, a little bit of that paper, if you catch my drift. And what we got coming up here is a very rough fight. So, you know.
Yeah, many a casual gamer has been reduced to tears from this fight.
This is...
Because it is rough, like, especially if... like on a casual run where you know, you might be on like day 25 through 30 and you're just getting destroyed by this boss. It can be really taxing.
Yeah, this is the final trial. Maybe I didn't pick up in the microphone, but this is a very, yeah, for newcomers to Pikmin, you know, anybody who's casually played this, one, it's nightmare fuel, like a lot of the enemies, and two, it's just it's rough. It's just a rough one. So.
Yep.
Oop. So we're just gonna be building the bridges here. They move really fast in this level. We got some yellow Pikmin coming up. They're gonna be busting down the doors, the walls. But we are nearing the end here.
Yep.
It's gonna be good. I'm excited. That's actually really cool. I've never seen it done like this. Well, at least like I've never done it like this. That's such a cool way to take that wall down.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
I'm gonna have to take that.
It's particularly useful for this way of going about things. So I'm going to be switching out my blues for reds because throwing quickly on Wii is a little bit tougher than it is on the other two versions. And so in order to make up for that, I like to switch out my blues for reds to get that additional damage multiplier.
Yeah, you can like kill the Emperor here coming up with just blue Pikmin, but yeah, that damage multiplier is really helpful. So.
There we go.
So one thing we can do here, do you see that little fire area? They want us to throw red Pikmin over there so that we can, you know, complete a puzzle. You know, kind of. It wants us to understand like everything that we've learned in Pikmin, excuse me, and we're just not going to do that. We're just going to skip all that.
Yeah, we're ignoring that puzzle entirely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're just gonna go for it. I'm gonna be quiet because this fight is really annoying.
Okay, he's just gonna eat that, and that's fine.
This is Emperor Bullblax, by the way. He's not very nice. So when the Emperor eats a bomb, he's staggered, stunned rather, for a short amount of time. You can time the bombs where they'll throw it into the mouth to give it a little Kobe RP, but see if we got it right here. I think so.
Nah.
Oh!
Scammed.
Dang. So close. But when the Emperor is like salivating at the mouth, scammed again? What is happening with that? That's weird.
Classic.
We're gonna take that safe route though.
Yeah.
But if you throw it the bomb into the Emperor's mouth, then the Emperor will be stunned for a bit longer. He'll get hurt by his own tongue. Pretty funny. Yep.
So, bit scary. We're running up against RNG here. There's a 50-50 chance, I think, as far as whether or not he jumps or slurps. And what we can do is we can wait for him to be like drooling, like we're seeing now, and then he's going to like try to bite on the next turn.
So yeah, we should just be able to take him out now. There we go.
There we go.
Nice.
All right, so time is going to be coming up shortly. We are just collecting our final ship part, the what's the secret safe. This is Olimar's life savings, so we cannot leave without that.
Nope. When I mentioned money earlier, this is what I was talking about. When I said stacks, coin, you know, piggy bank.
Sure.
Yeah. I think it makes a little, like, doesn't it make a little change sound, like, when it drops?
I don't know. I've never tried dropping it, and I don't intend to.
Well, you don't have to, because that's it. That's all she wrote. That's the last part. We're about to oxygen. No worries. We have everything.
Yeah, so time is going to be as soon as this next cutscene starts. So as soon as the part gets collected here, then that will be time, and that is now.
Woo!
Thank you. Now Olimar can return home to Hokkatate. Or Hokotate, I think is the correct pronunciation. Oh, no, yeah. Any Hokkatate versus Hokotate opinionators in chat? But yeah, that's the run. That's Pikmin 1 on Wii. Let's see. What, I guess let's move on to shoutouts then?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you got any. I'll let you. You are the star of the show here, so I'll let you go first.
Sure. I mean, so of course, main thing is the Pikmin speedrunning community. If you've got any interest in speedrunning Pikmin, I strongly recommend that you join the Discord. That Discord, I think, is linked on every Pikmin speedrunning page. And there's a ton of amazing resources. There's like links to video tutorials, as well as like documentation. Some of the people there even get really in depth as far as like the math goes. Like you can see the actual equations as far as like bridge ranges or how quickly, you know, Pikmin carry apart or anything like that. Sorry about that insane sound effect. That's Nintendo 2001 sound design at its greatest. Let's see. And on top of that, of course, Pace, thank you so much for having me and letting me run this game. I'm really happy to have the opportunity to show off the Wii version of this game and some of the more interesting quirks and tricks that are inherent to this version. Yeah, I think that's all on my side. Do you have any shout-outs you want to?
Well, I want to shout out you for having me on commentary for my first time commentating any run that I wasn't already doing myself. It was really fun to, you know, get to share this awesome run with you. So, you know, thank you for having me. Super cool. I do also want to shout out the Pikmin community. Moke, the current world record holder for, I believe, I don't know if it's just Switch or if it's GameCube now, has been a driving force of inspiration for me to continue running this game, and it's constantly yelling at me in chat whenever I'm doing something wrong, and it makes me really nervous. So just so you know, Moke, you make me very nervous sometimes, but I know you're a good guy, and I appreciate all the help. And I see a lot of Pikmin chatters. I see David Kimball again. Shout out David Kimball. We both kind of were on the come up here for Pikmin. Kind of starting around the same time, and you know, super friendly guy. Big shout out to the Pikmin community. Again, the Discord is really awesome, and there's a ton of people ready to build each other up and you know, teach everyone how to do this stuff. So check out the Pikmin Discord if you're interested in speedrunning Pikmin.
Agreed. Never met a more just amazing group of people. That's 60 Pikmin lost, so expect my $60 donation shortly. But aside from that, and thank you so much, Raykin, for commentating this run as well.
Yeah, thank you.
It was a real pleasure to be able to do this.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. Thank you.
All right, I think that's everything. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Urban Arts helped prepare me for college by giving me a lot of experiences working both independently and collaboratively with other people to make really cool games, and taught me how to put my all into creative projects, and that helped me put together a very strong portfolio for college.
The best part about being in the urban arts community is the people that you meet. A lot of the people here have the same interests as me, so in the future, making friends here will benefit me and them and everyone around, because we all benefit from each other by gaining skills that other people had that I may need.
Urban Arts helped me see myself differently by showing me that I can be a good leader. In the studio program, I was assigned the role as project manager, and fulfilling that role for the first time actually helped me realize that I have good leadership skills, and it really helped me to develop them.